A 6% dividend on a stock sounds great until you realize that the stock price has lost 20%. This is where so many dividend investors fall into what I call the dividend trap, where you get a great dividend yield, but the price continues to fall. But what if there's a way to get both, where the price of the stock goes up and you get a solid dividend on top of that? That's what we're here to answer today. But first, why do people love dividend stocks to begin with? Dividend investing is so alluring because of the passive income aspect of it. You get enough dividend stocks, you get what we assume to be a good passive stream of income, something that is predictable in a world, the stock market, that is utterly unpredictable. We do not know what the stock market is going to bring, but generally speaking, dividend stocks are relatively predictable. Yes, the price of the dividend can change from year to year, but there are plenty of stocks that pay or have paid dividends for 25, sometimes 50 years consecutively. A lot of us would love to depend on a consistent paycheck for 25, 30, or even 40 years. But again, if you're not careful, the price of the asset that you own, the stock, can continue to fall while you're getting your little consistent paycheck in the background. Let's take a look at an example here. Blue Owl Capital is a company that is currently paying a dividend of about 9.46%. That is a very good dividend. It is almost 10%. But the stock in the last year is down almost 50%. If you only care about dividends, this might be a stock high on your watch list. But if you care about your money, this isn't something that I think is worth being in your portfolio. And the reason why this is a problem is the way that we calculate dividend yield. It is the money they give you for the dividend divided by the current price. And the lower the price is, that is the denominator, right? What we're dividing it by, the lower the price gets, the higher the yield, therefore a higher percentage. So as the stock falls, the higher the percentage. If you're only focused on that number, the dividend yield, this is how you fall into what I call the dividend trap. So how do you fix this? How do you avoid the dividend trap? My view of things is this. You want to find a stock that is growing that happens to pay a solid dividend. We did a video about Kevin O'Leary and his mom and how she had these 4 rules for building wealth and how that helped him to build a wealth of $400 million. But one of those rules was focused on dividend stocks. And again, focusing only on dividend stocks and nothing else can lead you into the dividend trap. And that was one of the things that I was concerned about. Well, this way can help you to get price appreciation. So here are my stocks I want you to take a look at and see how these are different. First, I want you to take a look at Target. Now, we know for probably the better part of 4 years, Target was not a great stock, but it's 2026 now, and currently they've changed CEOs, they've been through a lot of protests, and they're starting to come out of things. And as of today, the stock is up 38% in the last 6 months and up 40% in the last year. And right now they're paying 3.43%. Now look at this, all right? You would have gained 38% in 6 months and got a nearly 3.5% dividend. So you're getting a dividend and you would have gotten nearly 40% gains in just 6 months. You want both here, a solid dividend and good gains. Now I'm going to give you 3 additional stocks to add to your watch list and see if they fit for you. Now again, as I go through these, I'm going to give you past returns. Clearly, I don't have a crystal ball to tell you what the future is. It's also important to note that dividends are not guarantees either, but most people do see them as predictable. Next is the healthcare company Viatris. VTRS is the stock symbol here. They are up 40% in the last 6 months and up 83% in the last year. Again, we are all about price appreciation. On top of that, they have a dividend of 2.91% at the time that we're doing this video. That is a solid dividend yield. But again, 83% in the last year. If that continues, that's a very good solid stock. The other piece of it is healthcare companies. They are very resilient depending on, or regardless rather, of where the stock market goes. Recession or not, inflation or not, you need those medical supplies. You're going to need that medication. So add this one to your watch list. I love having something in the medical sector in my portfolio at all times. Just depends on which one it is, and if you're looking for dividends, this might be one of those that, again, is accomplishing both. You get a solid dividend and also has some price appreciation too. Next here is HST, that is Host Hotels. It's right there in the name. We kind of know what they do. Obviously, though, you want to dig more into these and see if they fit in your portfolio. 3.21% is the dividend there, if I didn't say it already. Again, 34% in the last 6 months, of 62% over the last year. I'm not entirely sure why, but vacation, travel, hotels have been doing quite well, especially recently. My only guess is that they're continuing to cater up market. We've seen this with the entire airline industry has been doing this. We talked about this with Southwest a few years ago. We can branch off, talk more about that. But Host Hotels, HST. Then you've got EIX, that is Edison International. They are a utilities company, electric, usually in the Southern California region. I say usually as if it's going to get up and move, but in the Southern California region, excluding Los Angeles, if I'm not mistaken. They're up 22% in the last 6 months, up 49% in the last year. They have a 4.81% dividend yield. I have been talking for a very long time about utility companies, whether it is power, whether it is electric, whether it is water. Power and electric, I'm pretty sure the same thing. You guys get the point. Really, whether it's gas, electric, or water, because we have been talking about NRG for this 2026, so maybe 3 years at this point. In either case, I love having utility companies because those do tend to be stable. They also tend to have good dividends, as you have seen here. But those are the ones you want to consider looking into to see if they fit in your portfolio, that pay good dividends and also have good price appreciation. But here's the thing. These are not the only stocks out there. They're not the only ones out there. What I did look for was those that were making very good returns and had dividend yields, I think, of at least 2% or more. They had to have both. Those were the two things I was looking for. There may be some that pay 8 or 9%, but are they also making 30, 40, 50% in the last year? I doubt it. If they do, let me know in the comment section below, and perhaps we can do a video on those. In the meantime, if you want to know what else may fit in your portfolio, you want to check out these videos right here.